Bonjour, Inertie TV. Moi, j'aime la France, c'est un très bon pays et les vins de français sont très agréables. Well, Presentism album was more of a transition for me, like a personal transition to a different geographical location. I moved from the north of the Netherlands, the province where I used to live for a long time, to the urban city parts. I moved to Rotterdam. It's a harbour city in the south of the Netherlands, and yeah, it's nice to move, you know, because you have a new vibe, you have a new environment. It's always like feels a bit like a clean start or something, like a clean slate. So yeah, it's always a good time, I think, for inspiration for albums, because I don't know, I don't want to make albums that sound like a collection of club tracks. I'm always looking for a certain kind of vibe I'm leaning on for a few weeks or maybe a few days. That's really what I need, you know, to be a bit isolated and kind of have the focus to make an album. And the album before was Kinetic Image, was a bit more conceptual, a bit less musical. And I felt at that time I had to go a bit out of the comfort zone of the musical structures in my music, because I lean a lot on atmospheres and more melodic stuff. Music is always a reflection of your own personal mood. And it's something I don't think about, it's purely intuitive. I mean, I have many monikers and I try to organize all the music I make within these monikers. But sometimes I always also fail to kind of really grasp what it is, you know, and it's also interesting to mix it up a little bit. And I think in the end it's always me, but I don't know, it's boring to always repeat yourself and make the same kind of album or use the same approach to an album. You know, an album should be a total free, individual play art. You know, like a full free expressional zone where there are no limitations on. And you have to look for a label, of course, that wants to give you these kind of free possibilities to make an album. But yeah, that's never an issue with Delsin. It's always interesting to do albums with them, and yeah, I always have complete freedom on that. More icy, it's a bit more colder, it's less musical, it's more leaning on structures and evolving kind of soundscape-ish stuff, you know, like, yeah. And it's a bit more abstract, I think. Not necessarily techno, but more ambient, and yeah, it's a listening experience. You know, something you listen to when you're driving on an empty highway in the middle of the night in your car, or something you listen on your headphones when you're on a train, for example, or maybe the more experimental or challenging DJ will use it to open a set. I use everything. It can be a software thing, it can be a hardware thing. For me, it doesn't matter. I always say I have analog ears and digital production. I mean, yeah. The whole discussion about mediums is the same in DJing, you know. You have a taste. If it's genuine what you do, if it's true, if it's sincere, people will take it. And the medium is not important. If I play vinyl or digital files or with a computer, or if I use software instruments or 10 hardware synthesizers, it's about pure expression you have and about originality. I mean, the medium is just a medium.